Gamers, welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It is me, your boy, JTV Live, back again with some more Planet Coaster. I'm gonna move my microphone to get the framing a little better. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the sound, but we're back with some more Planet Coaster 2. I hope you guys had a wonderful hump day. Mine was pretty uneventful, very busy, so I'm a little burnt out, but I'm very excited for tonight. I have something exciting planned. We're gonna continue working on Oakwood Point. This is the kind of realistic theme park that I'm trying to go with. Last night we worked a lot on theming these buildings. These were all empty shells when we started, but now we got some nice theming going on with some flags and some lights. And then all of these blue bars are guides for where I want there to be other like strings of lights and strings of flags. So eventually this is going to be a very fun, rustic, sort of inviting area at the beginning of the park. And we'll also put a fountain here. And we also have this medieval wall, perfect for a medieval section. I don't know why I completely blanked on the word medieval there. This is going to be a good fantasy medieval section. But tonight what I want to work on is we got to do a parking lot coaster. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with coaster terminology, a parking lot coaster is essentially a big roller coaster right up against the parking lot. And you can see we have this here. It's not a parking lot yet. It's just a big block of asphalt right now, but it will be a parking lot eventually. So I want to utilize this piece of land here to make a big, exciting parking lot coaster. I love a good parking lot coaster. My home park of King's Dominion has a great parking lot coaster. You pull up to the park and you have Dominator, the big B&M floorless coaster right there. It's very exciting. But I think I'm not gonna go B&M for this parking lot coaster. I'm gonna go, I think we're gonna do one of these. I think we're gonna do, I believe it's an Intamin modern thrill coaster, or it might be Vekoma who makes it. There's one at Thorpe Park. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Hold on, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Hyperia. Yeah. Manufactured by Mach. Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna do a modern. That's what the big M stands for. Okay, so we're gonna do a modern Mach thrill coaster, I think. So I think we're gonna have the queue here. We'll have the station here. And actually, we're gonna swap it. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think going like this should be the right move. So we're gonna move it up here. It's kind of like here. I think that should be. If we have the station here, the exit ramp come out here, the entrance. I think I want it here. I'm gonna push it back a bit more. Kind of right up to the edge of the moat. Cool. And I'm gonna actually continue it a bit. Yeah. I have a bit of a longer station to kind of fill out this space. And then I'm gonna have it come right here. Right up against the parking lot. Big dip. And then we're gonna do tiny but forceful little bunny hills. And then this one, twist out towards the parking lot a bit. Boom. Just like that. Let's go ahead and test it. We'll see how this works. It's not as fast as I was thinking it would be. Maybe 15? Yeah. And we'll do... I'm not happy with this pre-lift. I think we're gonna do a barrel roll instead. Okay, that's way too big. So we'll just go. We're gotta do this ourselves. Go here. 20. Yeah, it's still way too high. Just go 60. 120. 80. 120. 60. Okay. Sure. And then smooth the hell out of this. Just like this. Then in theory... I don't think this is actually smaller than the pre-built one, but... it's close enough for me. All right. We're definitely going to be changing the color. I do not like this green and purple. It's a little bit too Halloween for my taste. And I want this to be a hyper coaster, so... okay. And then... I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a twisting drop. Now let's make use of the space. Also, we'll have to do custom supports for this, which I'm actually going to do this now. Off. Okay. You can actually make this a little tighter. Yeah, we have a lot of height. Just like this. Gotta check the G's. .98. That's perfectly fine. Then the first element, I think we'll do a dive loop since we have the space for it. It's going to be our anchor piece for smoothing purposes. Okay, 23. This one could just be 20. Boom. 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 Sound like the Costco guys. Boom. 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 Hey, so sorry to hear about your roller coaster accident. You get 5 big booms. Alright, let's see. Okay, the laterals looked insane. So let's smooth it out now and see if that fixes it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see how it rides. Because negative... It didn't hit 2 on the lateral G's, but -1 and some change is still a little much. So I kind of want to check that. Yeah, we can make that a little better. That's a little jarring. I think we can do better with that. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, our anchor piece. So let's do 26. Okay. This needs to be like 30. This needs to be really long, is what I'm getting from that. If we just did. Uh, Okay. This is turning out to be a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. But I think we'll be fine. Okay. It's kind of these weird custom elements that I like to do are very difficult. Not because, like, they're actually hard to make, like, I'm doing something wildly impressive or anything, but because it's very hard to know whether or not they're actually, like, working and, like, comfortable to ride in a realistic sense until, like, you're basically done with the whole thing. So, like, I won't know how actually janky this is until I go through it with my little tools here. All right, then hopefully what this did... There is one thing we'll need to change, which is just 0. Okay. So we were here, I believe. Yeah. Then we go like this. And then I don't plan on working on any lighting right now, so let's go ahead and brighten it up a bit. Go like that. Move up. Just like this. I feel like this one needed a bit more. Okay. Is this the tallest inversion? Hold on. Highest roller coaster inversion is the inverted top hat on Spitfire at Six Flags Qiddiya, of course. And that is 239 feet. So we are not quite at the tallest one in the world, but I'm pretty sure this would be the tallest. I'm going to say this park is in Europe because of how well themed it's going to be. European theme parks tend to be a little bit better themed than American ones, typically. I mean, obviously, it depends on which parks you're comparing, but... So I feel like this is probably the tallest inversion in Europe. I think this dive loop is way too tall now, looking at it. It kind of looks like really stupid. I mean, it looks insane with all the supports that we're eventually going to get rid of. Yeah, pretty much this whole area, because we don't want any supports bleeding into the parking lot there. Maybe if we made this a bit shallower. Kind of hang people here. Yeah, I think that's the move. Maybe like... Okay. Okay. That gives pretty good G's. And that's some, like... That's a fun hang time element. Two. Yeah, and that gets us way down here, which is what we want. Look at this. Right next to the parking lot. And then I want to do like a little speed bunny hill here to kind of get it back in line with the... rest of the coaster. All right, let's watch these G's. Okay. We can make this way smaller. $11. Boom. And then... Actually, we'll do it from here. I want a massive, massive vertical loop here. Maybe even a... No, a clothoid loop's going to be kind of a bit much, I think. But we'll see. Let's see how this does. We can make it way bigger. We can make it way bigger. And if we just make that a little longer to kind of... Okay, so that's the biggest we can make it. So we got it like that. And then now... I've got plenty of space. So what do I want to do between here and the turnaround? Making these hypercoasters like this is very difficult. I have an idea. So if we come up like this... Then... Down like this. No, that doesn't really work because now we're running into there. What G's? Okay, 3 G's. We came like this. And then... Because what I want to do is an element, like a big turnaround element here. So we got to be kind of careful with this speed hill. What's up, Jaden? Rip Ride. It is very Rip Ride Rocket right now. Hopefully it doesn't end up like Rip Ride Rocket. But also, you're correct. Rip Ride Rocket. Or Yeah, rip ride rocket. I'm down with that. It was the only roller coaster I could listen to my chem on without needing headphones. So I say it's a huge loss, just like for culture, you know? I think it's a huge cultural loss that they're getting rid of it. Have they had, I don't know if you know this, Jaden. I'm I'm just asking you because you brought it up. Do you know, have they announced what they're replacing it with yet? Because if they have, I have not seen it, and I'd be very curious. They should do, you know what? They should have a roller coaster themed house at Halloween Horror Nights called RIP Ride Rocket. That would go so hard. Universal, if you're hiring in the creative department, hit me up. No, they haven't. Bummer. It better not be something stupid. I mean, the most likely thing from what I've seen is probably something similar to the Fast and the Furious drift coaster thing. Which I would be down with, but I think it would be cool to get a hyper coaster there though. I think if they got like Mach or Vekoma, they could put a hyper coaster in that space. I'm pretty confident. Or like a single rail. Theme it to what would you even theme a single rail coaster to at Universal? That one, you could theme it to that one monorail episode of The Simpsons. Put it in the Simpsons land. Because they're definitely not going to get rid of Simpsons land anytime soon. Hopefully you guys could hear the sarcasm in my voice. My guess is Fast and the Furious, because I saw a video of a concept. Yeah. A Fast and the Furious dueling coaster would be sick. The only thing about that is they already have a dueling coaster with the Star Liner or whatever. So I think having a second dueling coaster would be kind of boring. Not boring, but it'd be like, I want them to put something different there. They need to round out their lineup. Let's see. I want this to be a little bit more sharper than negative 8.1, so... Boom. Also, I noticed looking at my camera, that light is super, super dim, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit real quick. Stardust Racers, that's what it's called. Thank you. I knew it was named after a streamer. Boom. Okay. I think this is good. Close enough to what I want. What are the G's? Okay, there's nobody over here, so this won't kill anybody. Yeah, just hitting some ejector at the top is exactly what I want. Hitting 4 G's for like a brief second at the bottom of this element, I'm pretty okay with. Okay, yeah, and that leaves plenty of space for the Q here. I actually think I need to start it here. Yeah. Just like this. Okay, yeah, no, that's way too tight. We need it to be like this. They could expand Diagon and do a dueling coaster, but you're racing on brooms. Racing on wands would be pretty fun too, but I think that's for a different kind of theme park. Damn, I'm on fire tonight. Just one after another. Am I on the wrong light? Why is it not connecting? I know me fixing my lights, my lighting setup is not like top of the priority list, but I don't like how dark it is. It doesn't look good, but it's fine. I'll ignore it for now. This needs to be, yeah. Essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do like a non-inverting Cobra roll. So I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah. I think like this. Ugh. This feels like the type of coaster that would have a non-inverting Cobra roll. Is that just going... Okay, that's not too bad. They gotta do something with Fear Factor stage, so that's probably gonna go next. Yeah, I agree. I also think they need to get rid of, I think they need to rethink the whole, like, Minions section and just turn it into, like, a... Do something more, less specific with it, I feel. It's like Universal has so many animated properties that aren't just Despicable Me, that they could totally do something with. I'd like to see them try. Let's see. How's this looking? Okay. I've made one of these before, but I do not... I mean, clearly, I do not remember the design for it. I also should have paid way more attention to what I was doing. I need to rethink this. No, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's where I went wrong. Okay. I also think I think I started it too early. I think that's my issue. Three. No. Uh, 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 so. Sorry, I'm trying to like visualize it in my head because it's such a weird maneuver. So if it comes up, we want it to twist this way, facing the parking lot. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is much closer to what I was looking for. Yeah. Okay. Also, I just saw a 5 appear in the G's that I did not notice. So we need to also redo this a little bit. Maybe this shouldn't go here. Maybe this should go somewhere else. All right, yeah, maybe this should go. Close Jimmy Fallon, make it all Illumination land. No, Illumination isn't worthy of its own land, I don't think. I want them to theme it around good properties. um, but yeah, Secret. That as far from like a marketing standpoint, though, you're totally right. Like that, I think that would do super well for Universal, and it would close out a big gap in their content. So as much as I personally hate Illumination as a film and animation fan, um, I can't argue with the numbers. You know what I mean? DreamWorks is worthy of its own land, all right? Do you know how many Oscars DreamWorks has and how many incredible films they've produced? Like, DreamWorks is 1,000% worthy of its own land. Um, from like a quality perspective, if not from a box office success perspective. I care way more about the former personally. What do I want to do here? Because we have these two really cool elements. So just doing something like weird and lame feels kind of dumb. So coming back over here, if it comes along here. Let's not worry about this yet, actually. Let's do a banana roll. Everybody loves a good banana roll. We got the space for it. And we'll do a little wave turn here. Okay, we can't really have it go out over the parking lot, so that's not really an option for us. Let's see. There we go. I completely forgot they were suspended up here. So that's all pretty good. That actually has a really nice shape to it, too, viewing it from the parking lot. Obviously, we need to clean up this mess, but so far, I like that. I like the shape. I like the sight lines. The sight lines are good. It's intimidating. Before we get too far, one thing's bothering me, and it's this. If we just come up to 11, this is 59. So this can be 30. Here we go, 3. Okay, and then... Okay, if we can just pull it back a little bit. So... we got 3 here. If we make it go down 6, make it go 1.5, then we can make it half as long. So like 23. And this can be right here. Yo, okay, yeah, this is what I want. I want it way more centered with this. So if we go here. Okay, just a little bit more. Can the vertical loop be taller? Oh yeah, the vertical loop is taller. But it has less symmetry to it. Obviously, because it's a vertical loop. Okay, just a little bit more. I think maybe there. Yeah. Yeah. That's a way better sight line. Briefly hits 4 Gs. Which is fine by me. And if we come down here and just kind of... Oops. We come down here and just kind of... smooth this out. And then smooth this out. Make it more of a step up than a full bunny hill. And that should fix the super high G's down here. Actually, yeah, what if I took this? Made this as long as possible. I liked it better how it was. Alright. Watching these. Okay. It looks like it only hit 4 Gs there. I feel like I might have seen a 6 theirs, but... Um, I haven't been on Stardust Racers yet. I haven't been back to Universal since Epic Universe has been open. So I would have to say, um, I'd have to say the only option that I have, which is obviously Iron Gwazi. Um, so that's my answer to that question. I have been on Velocicoaster though, and it is great. I go back and forth though, because I've talked to JDM about this. Because JDM, last time I went to Universal was with him, and he prefers Hagrid's to Velocicoaster, and part of me almost agrees with him. Like Velocicoaster is a better like coaster. Um, but Hagrid's is just so well done. And it's a good coaster on top of that as well. So it's a very hard choice. I feel like this is too small. But either way, neither of them are as good as Iron Gwazi. Just like. Okay, now I want to do... Let's do that wave turn. Dude, I agree. Bring back long... That's why do you think all of the coasters I build are way too long? I like fully agree with you. Like you can have a mid coaster, but if it's like really long, I feel like that does a lot of heavy lifting for it. Like that's why I loved the original Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It's because that was like a really long coaster. And it went super hard. Okay, cool. No crazy G's that I'm seeing. Okay, I did see 2 G's, but that might just be because of how crazy this is. And then I think this needs to be like that, actually. Be a little bit overbanked. Just to kind of smooth out those G's. Okay, let's see how this has come out so far. Apollo's Cherry is the perfect length. That's another good one. That's another good one lengthwise. Oh wait, no, I need these up. At least for down here. Okay. Good speed through that. Okay, yeah, those G's are way more manageable now. Way more manageable. I think I just need to do a bit more like this. Just one, and then just one. Ratio of intensity to ride time. I agree, JDM. I would agree with that. Like if a coaster's super intense, like I think that as short as it is, I think the that Intimidator 305 or Pantherion, is that what they changed the name to? I don't remember. I think that is that ride is the perfect length for the type of ride that it is. I think if that was any longer, it would be too much. I don't mind it too much, Chadium, personally. And I actually kind of like the theming of the land. I like I think they put a lot of effort into it, and I think that's very respectable. But so like I kind of like it that it fits with the new theme that they got going on for that whole area. Because that whole like side of the park was kind of like in rough shape for a very long. Or not in rough shape, but I think felt very purposeless for a very long time. So it's nice to see it have some new life. Okay, yeah, so this needs to be wider. How can I make this? I want it to be a little bit tighter. I think I can make it a little bit tighter. Yeah. Yeah. This is more kind of what I wanted. Okay. All right, we can just bring that down a bit. Okay, yeah, but that's the idea. So now what we gotta do, grab all this, like that, and then to 140. Oh, we'll go 147. Then from here, we're gonna go 144. From here, I'm gonna go to 140. And then from here, I'm gonna go to 139. Yeah. Because we're gonna be going through and smoothing the fuck out of all this anyway. Then just like this. Around. Then once I'm done smoothing this element, I apologize, but I have to use the restroom. Okay. Down. Grab this. I like how it's making the turn wider. That's what I want. Okay, just like this. Almost there, gamers. Almost there. And boom. All right. And to give you something to look at, I'm just going to pop into ride camera and I will be right back. All right, gamers. Your boy's back. All right. So now that we're down here, I think Speed Hill. Just like that. Let's check the G's. Works for me. Then go all the way up. Uh, 26, 20. Boom. 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 I don't like how in the middle of everything this is. Let's just get rid of all of that. Oh, I know exactly what we can do. We'll do a twisted double up. So we'll come up like this. And then come like this for the anchor piece. Come down like this. Come down like this. Then like that. And then That's too close. We'll do 3. Okay. Let's see how this did. So we'll come down here. Smooth all of that. Smooth this. And then smooth this. And then smooth all of this. Okay. Now let's see what kind of G's we're getting with this. I think it's a pretty solid first half. Okay, it needs to be way shorter. I think we need to start it more down here. I've never been good at the twisted double up, so I kind of want to think this through and do it. I kind of want to do it right. So we've got this. Just come to 2 like this. No. Straight on. And then how's that? Yeah, the 2 is a bit much, so 2 lateral G's is pushing it a bit more than I would like to. So maybe just come like this. Boom. 6. Okay, let's see how this works out. This I'm pretty confident in. Also, it puts the track in a much better position for kind of what I want to do with it. The second half. So it puts us in the perfect spot to kind of fill out this space. Because this, we're going to have stuff here, so we kind of need to keep this empty. Okay, -1 I'm fine with. I'm fine with all of those stats. I think we're going to need to lower this. But that's easy enough to do. What's good about this coaster type is if we end up not having enough speed, it doesn't actually matter too much. Because we can always just add a little boost. Because this coaster type has LSM launches as well. So I'm going to move this a bit more here. Sorry, I put my mic stand in a new position to kind of make it a bit more easier to have the mic facing the actual correct direction. Um, that way it's not angled towards that corner so much, but I also never did figure out. Oh, is it just not on? That would be why. There we go. An hour and 50 minutes into stream is how long it took for me to figure out that that light was off. Okay. But it's back now. Look at that. Still too tall. Pull this down a bit more. And then pull this down. Pull this back up. Pull this back up. Okay. And then grab here and fix this. Nice. That looks semi-fixed. That looks fixed. That looks fixed. I'm going to pause it just so we can ride through this and see how it feels in motion. So the numbers can only give us so much. I like that wave turn. Nice fun turnaround. Ah! Okay. It's a bit meandery. It's the only thing, but I think it's fine. That's a bit much. Leave it there. I think these are just too long. Nice. A little beyond vertical drop off the mid course there. And sight lines are still pretty fine. It's an aside from this support structure here, it's a nice clean coaster so far. It has a pretty good footprint. Let's see the G's off that drop. Okay, 56 miles an hour. go. And what if we did... We've got that. I want to get it over here. Okay. We might have to pocket the non-inverting Cobra roll for a different ride. I don't think we're going to have room for it here. This also needs to be lower. Yeah. Here. Boom. Got it like this. Okay. This is also in a much better spot, just as far as... Maybe. Actually. I don't think I have enough speed. How much speed do we have? Because I might have enough speed to do a little bit of like a booster track and then put the non-inverted Cobra roll here so it's peeking over this wall here. Okay, 52 miles an hour. Let's put it at... Let's sustain 55 for just the first part here. So if we want it to come... It's going to go up, twist, over. So if I want it to come this way, we want it to go... Or I want it to come this way, so we want it to end up... So it goes, boom, right up that way. Hold on, I need I need to like... My brain cannot, it's not good at visualizing these. So if it comes up, we want it to come out like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I have it right. Okay. Yeah, this one I also started too early. Something went wrong. I think my math was wrong. So we need it to be a... Okay. I think I'm on the right track now. Go here. I'm actually gonna go 16 here. Boom. Uh, okay, it's just 16 all the way through. Boom. Then. Boom. There we go. I found the pattern. Okay. So now that we're facing this way, which coming down here, that looks pretty rad. That's actually really well portioned, like completely unintentionally. So I've got that ready to go. So now we need to do a big turn. Nice. So now we need to get it back there. So, what have we not really done yet? We've done that big turnaround. We haven't really done any 0G rolls. Let's do that. Let's do like a... Yeah, so if I come like this... Gonna do this. Do like a camelback here. I think the G's on that should be good. 33, so we'll do 16, 13, 26. And then final break run. Actually, I want to check the G's on this, because if we can make this whole path shorter, that would be really good. Okay, yeah, we can make this a lot shorter. Do it like here. The only problem is, so the first half we've got drop 1 element, 2 elements, 3 elements, 4, 5, 6 elements. And this one we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So this last half is like significantly shorter than the first half. If I could get the final, hold on, let's map out this final break run first. I'm thinking like here. Okay, so just a little bit sharper. Boom. Down here. Boom. Okay. So if that's where we want to end up, okay. So coming down like this. So if we come like this. Maybe as like a last little final pop. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Dead Short? Welcome, welcome. How's the UK doing these days? I haven't really been paying attention because, let's be real, I've had way better things to do. Sorry. Person from UK joins immediately starts roasting. Anyway, how's your Wednesday? Is it still Wednesday? Yeah, because you guys are... No, you guys are 6 hours ahead. So that would... So, happy Thursday, I guess. Unless I'm totally wrong on that. It might be mainland Europe that's 6 hours ahead, and I'm just getting that confused. I want it more like that. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Boom. Got that. Almost done here, gamers. This coaster's taking way longer to build than I thought it would. But I think it's come along pretty nice so far. Smooth all this out. Okay. Getting Universal Studios in Great Britain? I saw! Congratulations to you guys. Finally, like, hopefully it goes way better than, the Euro Disneyland. Although I feel like the, as far as amusement parks go, the UK and US market isn't super different, especially when it comes to, like, pop culture parks, so I'm pretty confident a Universal Studios is going to do really well there. Okay, well, there's the problem. I saw this hitting... The horizontal G's on this were a bit wildin'. So let's calm this down a bit. I'm not super confident in this latter half as far as like how good it is, but we'll see. First half I'm pretty comfortable with. We just need to fix the supports on that dive loop. I'll probably end up just doing customs for it, but I think I'll do that offline just because I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. Go back through it, just like this. Boom. Paste. I'm going to keep this. Oh, I can't keep this. I wish there was a smoothing button on the testing screen. It'd be nice. Or at least, I wish you could pop out the testing results. That would be really nice. Have like the testing results over here so I could do both of these. Okay. So comes through this. 3 Gs, negative Mm, we can do that a bit better. I mean, that's going to be crazy just because it's not smooth yet. Okay. I know what we got to do. Literally, all we have to do is see what speed we're going right here and then just add some trims. Lower it like literally 2 or 3 miles an hour, and I think this whole like ladder part's going to be perfect. I think that's a good enough speed there. Maybe we'll throw some trims here. I'm going to super fast forward just because I need to see the speed here. Keep going. It does the banana roll. It stops. Okay, speed. 30, 27. So it looks like it gets right up to 55. So we're gonna add some. That's a holding. Okay, I guess there are no trim brakes. Okay, there's only friction brakes. Okay, so we're gonna need to kind of finagle this. So let's see, having this at 2020. Let's see what's big. I hate that this is so late in the layout. It makes it a little difficult. But it's definitely going way too fast through these elements after the non-inverted cobra roll. Like, for sure. Okay. All right. It definitely makes the last half less snappy. So maybe if we just did 15 feet per second. Just apply a little bit less pressure. I think it'll be good there. Okay, so this has all been given a pass through. Go down like this. I feel like are you being paid by the Universal people, Deadshot, or are you just really excited? It feels like you're being paid by the Universal people. Like, I feel like your next message is gonna be like, pre-purchase tickets now. Pre-sale starts September, whatever. Although I wanted to judge, I do non-paid shit all the time. That's basic. Like, I plug shit for free all the time. Now it really feels. Oh, I wish I had the Among Us imposter sound effect on my soundboard. I have room for it. But oh, the way you're talking about Universal Studios Dead Short has me feeling a little.
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something.
That was probably really quiet because it's tied to the desktop audio, which is really low down right now. But hopefully the message came through. Okay. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. So now this monstrosity is going to need a lot of smoothing. But once it's smoothed, I think it's going to be worth the time it took to build it. There's a reason I don't do non-inverting Cobra rolls very often. They're very complex. Speaking of the Universal Studios Great Britain, I do wonder, is their Harry Potter land gonna be themed to Manhattan? That'd be really funny. If that's not the plan, I think they should do that. Since in America, our Harry Potter lands are themed to London and Paris, I think it'd be really funny for the one in Europe to be themed to Manhattan. It's like when they how they keep having British actors play Superman. There's like a little bit of irony there. That's kind of funny. Go. Okay. I think after this, there's only one more element we gotta smooth, and this whole thing's ready to go. This is it. This is the last bit of smoothing we have to do, and this ride should be all good. It'll be good for a first run through. I'm excited. Especially since it's taken basically the entire 2-hour stream to build this fucking coaster. Next stream's gonna be building the station and probably starting work on... I'm actually probably not even ready to start work on the medieval section here yet, because I still want to put stuff here. And I want to really take my time with this park. Like, really focus in on each area and make sure each area is complete before I move on to the next one. Because all of my other parks, I've kind of just, like, gone in and then done all of the theming and all of the small touches at the end. And I think that's not a very... Having done that a couple times now, I don't think that's the most efficient way to do it. I think going in bit by bit and kind of just taking your time with it's gonna be way easier in the long run, because I won't have to come back to this area and be like, oh, did I already light this area? Did I already put enough food, enough bathroom, enough power supplies? It'll kind of already be done. Did we smooth this? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. Okay, then one thing we want to do with this is probably going to end up doing custom supports for this, but let's see. There we go. That's a lot better, I think. Yeah, that's a lot less obtrusive now. It still needs... I'm still gonna definitely have to go through and do custom. I might do like a archway of some kind. I'll need to look at some real life coasters to get some inspiration for it. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's high time we give this baby a full test ride. I'm going to put it into block section mode, add the number of trains we want. We want 3 trains. And then we're just going to enjoy. And I'm going to disappear so you get a full view. I hate the color, so we're definitely going to have to change that before we sign off. I love how it just hangs you there for a bit. Nice banana roll. Pretty good. I feel like there's a way to make that smoother, but I'm satisfied with it. Good 0G. Nice. Nice. I'd say that's pretty good. And it fulfills the purpose of a parking lot coaster, which is looking big and foreboding as you pull up to the park. So now the color. I don't like this green. I'm thinking like an orangey yellow. It's like here, more saturated, a bit more orange. There. And then, well, hold on. We need to think about what it's going to be called. Because it's in this Bavarian section. It's super big. So maybe... Oh, I wonder, let me look. If we made this really saturated red, that like that, and then like a silver, and then dark black. Maybe kind of like trying to make it look kind of like Swiss colors. Maybe if we did like a light gray support, like silver. Maybe. One thing I did notice riding it, this part needs to be smoothed a bit. There we go. Okay, that was it. What's the German word for mountain? Got any Germans in the chat? 'Cause I'm looking it up. If it's cool sounding. Berg. Yeah, we can't call the coaster Berg. Also, hello, I'm back. I forgot to do that. I don't work for Universal Studios. Get that out of your head. I'm sorry. You were doing a great job selling it though. I almost booked a plane ticket. They should hire you. You should like that. You'd be great marketing department. Um, I could call it Coasterberg, but that kind of sounds stupid. Um, ooh, ooh, I really like. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but this is what we're at. I'm keeping this colored scheme. I really like this orange creamsicle look I accidentally created here. So now the coaster train itself. Um, not green, but maybe. Oh wait, cancel. Car. Yeah, I like that. Um, like I said, I'll probably do the station off stream, but we can at least get it open up. So let's go to facilities. Power. We need a power distributor. Um, I'll put it here. I don't think anybody's gonna notice it there. And then we'll come into here. Go into staff only. Come here. Yeah. And come into here. Place entrance. Um. Yeah. So I'm gonna have like an arch here that it's gonna come through. And then exit is going to be here. Actually no. Exit's gonna be more centered than that. Stop. Okay, so now we go into paths. Copy this. Go into here. Railing. This wooden beam. Right here. Right here. Nice. Then coming over here to Q. We'll use this nice asphalt path. Like a dark gray. Then same wooden railings. We're gonna have it come all the way down here. All the way here. And then have it come down. Like right here. Come this way. Have it come this way. This way. Boom. Nice. I'm happy with that. And just like that, our beautiful tiny little theme park, tiny for now, has 2 wonderful coasters. And what's great about that is it's actually going to have people walking down this street. And so we'll actually populate our main thoroughfare here, which will make it a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So, unfortunately, I gotta call it there, gamers, because it is a work night. But I will be back Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with some more Project Zomboid. We're going to be continuing our Zomboid road trip. We got to loot the town we're in. Now that we've mapped it out, kind of explored, kind of got a few ideas of places we want to hit up. And then hopefully we'll be able to move on with our little RV over to the next town. So you're definitely not going to want to miss that. Definitely come check that out. Make sure the best way to not miss any of the streams is, of course, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified of every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I'm live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're just here for Planet Coaster, I am live with Planet Coaster on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I upload a video every weekend. This past weekend was Subnautica Part 4. Definitely go check that out. And this upcoming weekend is going to be a Project Zomboid Battle Royale event that I was part of. Hopefully. I'm still working on the video. It might turn out that there's not enough footage for a video, but we'll figure it out. So definitely not going to want to miss that. Make sure you like the streams, like the videos. Helps them do well in the algorithm, helps them get seen by more people, and it helps this channel grow, which I really appreciate it. Max's Adventures, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry that you're joining right here at the end, but no worries. As I said, we'll be back Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for some Project Zomboid. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful Thursday and Friday. I hope you guys Dead Short, our UK buddy, stay excited for Universal. I'm very happy for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I ended that sentence like I was gonna say more, but I didn't have more to say. Anyway, no need to drag this out any longer. Thank you so much for the sub, Max. I appreciate it. But I will talk to you guys all Friday night. And until then, as always, stay sponge gamers.